Hello, it is Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. I'm Chris Bremo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty puzzle, and I'll do it at a normal pace, and I'm not I'm not unusually pressed for time today, so sorry about that the last couple days, but we're going to solve this crossword, and this crossword has been brought to us by Mike from Vermont, Dre, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster, the indefinable Charlie Paget, and the inexplicable Chris Ward. Thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. Of course, this channel continues day in, day out, thanks to the support of folks like those 5. So thank you to them, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field. You'll find there the bonus videos available to patrons. That includes this week's Bossword's Fall Themeless League solve. So that's the last of the current set of Bossword's Themeless League puzzles, and managed to pull out a decent solve of that one, I think. So enjoy that if you're a patron. And thanks if you are, and thanks as well to everybody who subscribes on YouTube. That is a big help. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. It's a nice, friendly chat community linked in the description field. And also, it doesn't hurt to comment on the videos, like them, etc. from time to time. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, which is a Wednesday puzzle by Daniel Raymond, who's constructed a few dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It'll have a theme. Let's find out what it is. Let's start solving. Cry in a pool game. It could mean billiards, that kind of pool, snooker, that kind of thing, but it could also be a swimming pool, a pool game like Marco Polo, something like that. It actually could be that. It could be Marco because you cry that out and then people reply. Let's see, prefix with practice. Yes, if it is that, it could be malpractice. If you allege that a doctor has done you harm. Okay, so what about this? There you are. That seems straightforward enough. Let's see if that works. Incendiary crime. So arson is an incendiary crime related to fire, of course. Invite initials RSVP for répondez s'il vous plaît. So, you send that out to somebody to ask if they'll come to your event. Bank of New Orleans. Oh, I see. Right. It's not a bank in the sense of a financial institution. It's a bank in the sense of a river bank. So, building up an embankment, a levee. There we go. Okay, so that's what that is. And I think the New Orleans reference is because of the memory of things like Hurricane Katrina, which caused water to, overflow the levees, etc. So, okay, strong arm. To strong arm someone would be to coerce them into doing something. So there we have that. And the tiniest amount could be 1 drop or 1 whit or 1 iota, maybe, actually. Iota looks good because it begins with a vowel, which could work with this. Oh, this is just a single double quotation mark. Interesting. Sorry about that noise in the background. I don't know what's going on over there. Anyway, 1 iota, perhaps? I don't know. Speak gently, to coo to somebody, to sort of maybe sweet whisper, sort of sweet nothings. And here's just a period or a full stop. So they're punctuation marks. The theme is related in some way to these clues that are simply offering individual punctuation marks. What about this? Draws back before throwing. Draws back before throwing. Throwing. I don't know. I can't think. Like throwing a discus or something? You sort of move back? I'm not sure. Ballet bound. A jeté? Yeah, that'll be right. So, sort of leap in ballet. And they might be jam-packed. Jars, you might jam a bit of jam, of preserve, into a jar to preserve it. That was a terrible example sentence. You might stuff some preserve into a jar. There we go. Okay, safe at sea. A lee. You're on the lee side. You're on the sort of side protected from the wind, on the behind something. Okay, freeze from. Rescue? No, freeze from. So the from needs to be implicit in our entry. Just to explain what I mean, that's why the answer here couldn't be. I don't think it could be rescue, because if you rescue someone from something, we still need to put the from in it. But because the from is in the clue, it should be included in the word. So if you free from harm, you should rescue harm, because the from is part of it. That doesn't work. Now watch it be rescue, and I'll have made a fool of myself. Let's see. Okay, Nobelist Weasel, Eli Weasel. I always forget how his name is pronounced. Is it Eli Wiesel? Anyway, it's certainly the answer, regardless of pronunciation. Freeze from. Oh, rids of. Yes, okay, there we go. Will someone rid me of this troublesome priest? Will someone free me from? Okay, lecture series with ideas worth spreading. Oh, it must be TEDx. These are the sort of off-brand, the sort of sub-TED Talks that I think can be licensed by basically anybody. But I think that's probably the answer. So volleyball team, e.g., is it a sextet? I don't actually know how many people are on a volleyball team, but it must be 6, because that fits here. So what's this? Price establish? I don't know. That doesn't seem correct at all. What was this again? Draws back before. Oh, Cox, like. I'm trying to think how you'd use that in a sentence with throwing. Throwing. I'm sure there's an obvious usage for this, and I just can't think what it is. But I suspect the answer is cock. Sort of you cock the hammer of a gun, for instance, you draw it back. I'm just trying to think what the context is in which you would throw something after doing that. But I'm sure there's an obvious answer. I'm just not certain what it is. One named singer featured on the 2013 hit Play Hard. Oh, is it Akon? Let's see. I'm not actually sure. Sweetie, hun, term of endearment. And TV studio sign on air. So that might be lit up to indicate do not come into the studio. We're broadcasting. Major muddle, a snafu, from American military slang for situation normal, all fouled up, or something stronger than fouled. And Seminoles School is Seminoles, probably Florida State University, maybe. That seems like the most plausible guess. Let's see if it holds. Gran Canaria, por ejemplo. It's an island. Isla would make sense. One of the Canary Islands. Of an arm bone. Ulnar. So the ulna is a bone in the arm. So if it's of an arm bone, we want the adjective that relates to the ulna. So ulnar. So I don't know, you could have an ulnar nerve or something like that. Okay, like most hippos and hyenas. African? That would make sense. Let's see if that holds. Biblical boat. Yes, biblical boat, Noah's Ark would be the reference here. Large boat, large haven. All right, why not? I'm not sure. What about this? Oh, dash, right. It's another one of these, of course. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Currency of Switzerland. Well, the Swiss franc is the currency of Switzerland, so there we go. CHF, I think, is its abbreviation. TV regulatory group, the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. I think that'll be right. Let's see if it holds. Blank dog, food specialty topped with meat sauce. Oh, a chili dog, probably. Right, dog like a hot dog. Okay. I was confused. I immediately started thinking of pet food, and that didn't help. Okay. So chili dog, that's what it is. And here's another one of these, a slash. Okay. Yeah, I just have no idea what these are. Oh, price estimate, this probably is. Why is that? Price estimate. Oh, I can't see it. It's so frustrating. What about this multi-volume reference work? OED, the Oxford English Dictionary. That'll be right. Groovy, Daddy-O. I dig. Right. Yes, I approve. I'm into it. Groovy, Daddy-O, you might say. Or you might not. So here's something of time, stretch of time. What is this? Oh, because it's a period. Oh, I see. Right, sorry. So this punctuation mark is a period. A period is a stretch of time. So what's this? A quote, right. Okay. This is a quote mark. And a quote is a price estimate. A builder might give you a price estimate, a quote for some works that you want done. Okay, so that's what that is. So can I figure out the rest of these? Dash. Oh, something run, to dash, to, not sure. What about this one? Slash. Not sure about that either. I've been hearing recently an increase in the number of people. I hear this on listening to podcasts and things where people link to a website and then in a slash when they say, company.com/our code, they'll say backslash instead, which is very odd because as far as I'm aware, we haven't really used backslash used to be much more commonly referenced back in, I would say, the sort of 1990s because in a PC file structure, you could have backslashes that separate folders, but on the web, we've always used forward slashes, and yet I've noticed an odd, not widespread, but a noticeable rise in the number of people referring to backslash when they mean forward slash, or just slash. You can just say slash, obviously. I wonder where that comes from. Very odd. Anyway, Ever's partner. Okay, I think I have something wrong here. The Swiss franc, that's right. That's definitely right. Is this not right? Blank dog, food specialty topped with meat sauce. Chili dog, that's got to be right. But no, this doesn't look good either. One named singer featured on the 2013 hit Play Hard. I don't know. Fluid-filled sack. Oh, assist, maybe? Maybe this is wrong. Oh, a coney dog, maybe. Oh, that might be what it is. I bet that's what it is. A coney dog. Yeah, okay. Which I always forget. Is a coney dog, is that actually associated with Coney Island, New York? I think so. Anyway, a fluid-filled sack, assist. That'll be right. Okay. This would be something where I could easily imagine it being, just baffling to a fair number of people, including myself initially before I realized my mistake. So, one named singer. Is it Nene? Ever's partner. Ever. Anon? Ever. Anew? And then, here's our slash. So what's a slash? Oh, right. Slash from, is it Guns N' Roses? Is that the band for whom Slash is the guitarist? Anyway, it doesn't matter for this clue because the answer is rock guitarist. And at least I'm certain of that part. Okay. So feature of a bow tie or bow line. A knot. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Oh, Nico? I don't think I know who this is. Let's see. Genuine articles. The real McCoys, right. Okay, so that's used. You refer to something as the real McCoy to mean it's not an imitation, it's not a knockoff. Okay, so Neo. Okay, I think I have seen that name, but I couldn't tell you anything about this artist, but there we go. Okay, so this is Ever and Anon. Okay, so that was all correct. So Coney turned out to be the right answer, and Chili was absolutely not. Sportage, or I think it might be Sportage maker. Kia Sportage is a vehicle. And then dash is, I do not know what this is. What about this? Fin beneath a surfboard. I don't know what that is. Flies off the handle. I don't know about that either. Competitor of Korean Air. Asiana. Yes, that is an airline. Okay, so what about this? Jack, who hosted The Morning Show and The Tonight Show. Jack Parr was a American talk show host, late night show host. Well, and morning, I guess, as it says there. I always forget if it's 2 R's or 2 A's. Some sorority letters. Taus, maybe? That's a Greek letter, and sororities and fraternities in the sort of North American Greek system are named with Greek letters. Partner of letters, arts, and you might be a sort of person learned in arts and letters. Woodworking fastener, T-nut probably. There might be other kinds. Let's look at this. Flies off the handle. Erupts. Yeah, it is T-nuts. Okay. Or T-nuts singular. Fresh answer maybe sass. So you might give someone a fresh response. You give them lip. You sort of talk back to them. So this all looks correct. Okay, let's look at this one. Sounds from a stumbler. That kind of thing. And fin beneath a surfboard. What is that? I don't know what that is. Fin beneath a surfboard. I mean, it's just the fin that is attached to a surfboard. I assume it's not anything punnier than that. But, make a run for it? Oh, right. To dash is to make a run for it. There we go. Okay. So that's what our dash is there. So this theme, I think we've largely completed it. Is this called a skeg? I didn't know that if so. Purveyors of roast beef and Reubens, delis, delicatessens. You might get a Reuben sandwich or a roast beef sandwich from there. Or I guess just sliced roast beef. Auction announcement is sold. Yes, of course. At an auction, the auctioneer will declare that the item is sold. Well, they might declare that. Genealogist's creation, a family tree. Hold on one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Had a knock on the door. Genealogist's creation, a family tree. Okay, and that has answered a few of these. So problem for a homeowner or government worker could be a leak, right? Sort of an information leak in the case of a government worker, or a water leak or something else. For the homeowner, you might pick one to get gold. Or I suppose you might pick as in with a pickaxe. Okay, I think that's what that's about. And I think we've seen all of these. Let's look over here. Steals oneself. If you steal yourself, you gird yourself for. I guess suppose could be literally gird yourself, but probably metaphorically most of the time. Ay, Dios mío! Oh my God! You might exclaim in surprise or fear. Word with history or surgery. Oral history, oral surgery. Those are both phrases, so that seems plausible. To place something on the schedule. Oh, well, it could be a place on the schedule. Actually, it could be a slot, but it could be what I first thought as well, a verb. You could place something on the schedule. You could slot it in. I guess you could say it works better as a noun. Blank California, Grammy-winning Red Hot Chili Peppers hit. Danny California. I sort of vaguely remember that being a song, so that'll work there. And then. Experimental musician whose name sounds like a cry. It's the official female solo artist of the New York Times Crossword. It's Yoko Ono, whose name sounds like "Oh no." And there we have it. Oh no, Yoko Ono, Dios mío. What self-driving cars and spell check are meant to compensate for? User error or... human error, I suppose that is. Yes, okay. I think self-driving cars do correct for some human error, but then possibly introduce some of their own. Stimulate as an appetite could be to whet your appetite, of course. There we go. Yes. Okay. And a sudden impulse is you might do something on a sudden impulse, on a whim. Kind of theater, an IMAX theater, a large format film projection. Large format film capture and projection, I guess. Tickle pink would be to elate somebody, to really please them. And Connecticut Governor Lamont. I'm not sure. It looks like Ned, though, doesn't it? Put a strain. Yes. If you put a strain on someone or something, you taxed it. So that's correct. And then dance with hand gestures that can represent ocean waves. The hula. There we go. It never occurred to me that that's what the hands represent. But of course, think about it for 2 seconds, and of course that's what they do. Anyway. Or at least can, as it says. All right, why not? Okay, sure. Online recap letters. TLDR, too long, didn't read. And an auction unit is a lot. You might offer things up in lots in an auction. Top grade group A something. If you select from a group, you call the group. So calls, selects from a group, narrows it down. And then passion is ardor, fire, real strong enthusiasm. So what's the top grade group? SRO, standing room only? I don't see why that would be true. SRS it must be. Old-fashioned darn, nerds. That is a sort of old-timey light oath. So what's top grade? Oh, I see. It's seniors. It's plural of SR for seniors. So in secondary school and high school, if you're in, for instance, if you're in the, or university, I guess, if you're in the highest grade, you're a senior. So that's what this is. And there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. Let's take a look at our punctuation-themed theme. So we had a quote mark, quote, a price estimate, a period, a stretch of time, a dash to make a run for it, and finally slash, a rock guitarist. And there we go. Those are our 4 themed entries in the puzzle. We, as far as I can tell, we have no revealer, no explanatory clue and answer, because I think once we understand what's going on, the puzzle is self-explanatory. We simply come up with potential synonyms or examples or definitions of these words that also serve as the names of these punctuation marks. And there we have it. That was the Wednesday crossword. Nice midweek puzzle. I think that felt like a good, solid midweek puzzle. Let me know how you fared with it. Let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Always curious to know. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday puzzle when the theme might get a bit more intricate or involved. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.